Alright gamers, Centurion1307 back here with another game review. Today we are taking a look at EA's Anthem. This was created by Bioware, and this is their stab at a looter shooter. Now, when I say this, I look at this game as the same concept as Battle Royale. Battle Royale is becoming a game concept, and looter shooter is becoming a game concept as well. And to basically assume that this game is going to be a knockoff of other looter shooters is something I cannot do. So during this review, I will not mention other games by their name, but there is similarities in this game to other looter shooters. But also, like every other game that comes out every once in a while, there is need for improvement. This game does not set itself apart from that. It does need improvement, but let's give EA a chance. Other developers have also had to improve their games as well. Let's take a look at examples like Operation Health in an unnamed title. Now, when I say give EA a chance, I am totally aware of the situation in the past where they almost destroyed an extremely established franchise, and the fans were not happy with that in any way at all. But I do believe that EA should be given a chance to redeem themselves along with Bioware, because we all remember the reviews they got on their last AAA title. Now, I am doing this review to show the game as it stands at the time of this review, but there is a lot of room for improvement. But the gameplay is unique in the fact that it is the only place you can go to right now and actually fly around in a javelin. So this creates a unique experience in itself, and I won't allow other reviewers to basically say that it's a title from the Xbox 360 era just with jetpacks. Now, it also must be said that as a result of this unique play experience, that there is a lot of loading screens in this game. And that is true, but I do think this is a result of the ability to go from in-air travel to running on the ground to being underwater without having so much as any kind of a loading screen in those instances. But yes, going from building to building, going into a tunnel involves loading screens, and there's even jokes about there being loading screens on top of loading screens. Now, I do believe, given enough time, that BioWare will be able to optimize the game better and get rid of a majority of these loading screens, but that isn't going to happen right away. But they probably are working pretty diligently at it. They already released a patch to optimize the game even more for graphics on the Xbox One X. But yes, there is the occasional bugs in the game. The one that comes to mind off the top of my head, though, that I feel everybody should know at this current moment is my best friend bought me this game for my birthday. I got the Legion of Dawn edition. I'm very grateful he did that. But I also feel bad in the fact that he also got the Legion of Dawn edition too, but his pre-order DLC is glitched. It does not work for him. Mine does work. The pre-order DLC gun will sometimes disappear out of my inventory and come back, but his DLC does not work at all. Now, please do not mistake my review for damage controlling the game. I just happen to want to review games on an untoxic level, and I want to review them based on the product that is put in front of me. So, enough of my speech, let's get this review started. This review is going to give you an idea of how the game functions as it is today, and the events that take place, the types of javelins there are. This is going to be a little bit of a long review just because I want this to be thorough so I can show everybody who is curious about the game what it truly is. Let's start with, you can already see the BioWare story team starting to show through in the very beginning of the game here. As you can see in the video, I will not allow the audio narration to come through because I don't want there to be any spoilers for the story. But just from the video, you can see they've put a lot of thought and detail in how this world is going to function and why you do what you do. Now, along with creating a decent story for this game, Bioware has also developed a very unique living, breathing world to go along with this game concept. I am going to take the time to actually show you this, and I also want to show how Bioware has stepped it up when it comes to the character animation because of the reviews that they got from their last AAA title.
Warbling, right?
All readings fall within acceptable tolerances.
You gotta look past the numbers for once in your life. Something is off. The connection is a bit fuzzy.
How do you quantify fuzzy?
You don't quantify fuzzy? You don't measure it, you don't count it, it's nothing like that. It's a feeling.
Everything okay here?
Again, I feel it is necessary to show this purely because of what happened with Bioware during their last game. People had a lot to say about how the character animation didn't look right and that they just wanted a cleaner feel to how the characters talk to you and how their movements worked.
There's nothing wrong with
Now, again, you get to see Bioware and their storytelling showing through in the personality of the characters. The characters themselves feel like they have a lot of personality, a lot of emotion. There's been a lot of detail put into their roles in the game. This was so noticeable that in passing, my spouse actually stopped to watch the screen and see these character animations at work and even commented on the detail that was involved in these animations.
Every good javelin pilot needs a cipher.
That is not what I meant. Look, if I had a suit of my own, I could be out there in the field with you.
I'll down your boosters, hotshot. With more training, you'll get your chance, I promise.
Fine. Not like we could afford a spare suit anyway. The job board is empty.
We'll figure something out. We always do.
Yeah. Do you ever regret missing out on the glory days? Back when freelancers were treated like heroes. Contracts would just fall into their laps. Everywhere they went, they were given respect. And free sandwiches.
Free sandwiches?
Yeah, I haven't had my lunch yet. I'm starving. We're on a tight budget here.
Budget has room for sandwiches.
You're probably right. You know what? Why don't you head over to the forge, get your javelin tuned up, so we're ready to roll if a contract does fall into our laps.
Now, as you will see in this next part, the game has a series of both monthly, weekly, and daily challenges. These challenges can involve anything from taking a stronghold to defeating 500 of a certain enemy, but this does make it to where it gives you an objective on top of the primary objective that you have while playing the game. As you complete these objectives, you will increase your alliance standing. Your alliance is actually made up of you and your friends who play the game. The more you guys play the game during that month, the more your alliance points will stack up and the more coins that you will make. The coins are actually used in the store to purchase items outside of actually buying the form of currency that's used in the store. Coins are an actual in-game reward that you can use to also buy these cosmetic items. Alright, we get to the forge. This is where all the customization will take place for your javelin. There is 4 javelins to choose from in this game, and they all unlock at levels 2, 8, 16, and 26. As you get to these levels, you will receive an unlock token, which will give you the ability to unlock one javelin of your choice. The choices are the Interceptor, the Storm, the Colossus, the Ranger, and they all have unique abilities that are to their class, which definitely help make the experience even more unique, especially when you have one of each type as part of your group to basically give you the most optimal situation for any fight. Now, along with the different types of available javelins, there is the different type of available weapons that you can use for them. You can customize a javelin based on your type of playstyle. Now, weapons and rewards in the game are from defeating enemies and completing missions. These weapons can range anywhere from a rifle to a short-range weapon, a long-range weapon. The weapons themselves are very unique, and they can definitely be used to tailor your javelin towards your type of playstyle, whether you are a long-distance fighter, an in-your-face fighter, or in between. Now, the only weapon you cannot change on your javelin is their ultimate ability. Their ultimate abilities, though, are absolute fun, and they are just devastating when you're able to release them on a group of enemies. This is also the primary location where you will encounter the cosmetic store, where you can buy different skins and weapons for your javelin. Now, one thing that I must point out in this next section is when it comes to the map, I am not a big fan of how the map functions. It is extremely easy to get disoriented and lost on the map, but when you do get a good flow and figure out how the map works, it does work pretty well. I just really wish there was more of a compass involved on the screen rather than having to go to the map anytime just to see where you're going. Now, as part of that unique gameplay that I've been talking about, I'm going to show you here how easy it is to go from flight mode to on the ground to underwater without any kind of a loading screen. The ability to explore a world in a javelin is becoming absolute fun to me. There is nothing more than climbing into a robotic suit and firing up your jetpacks and just exploring the world around you.
Looks like you found the scars.
Now, to start the exploration of this game, whether it's in fulfilling a contract or free play, you have to start matchmaking. The whole in-game experience is traveling with up to 4 people most of the time, whether it's your friends or random people. Now, when you're playing in a contract-based mission, the characters are tethered together. If people stray too far away from each other, they will be tethered back in, and this does involve a loading screen at times. Now, when you do play free play, you're allowed to explore the world without this tethering, but it does create a little bit of a problem, as you will see in some of the earlier gameplay, that me and my friend had to actually take a Titan down by ourselves because the other 2 people in our team were off doing whatever they wanted to do.
Oh, hang on. Detecting another radio. Same frequency.
Must be more than one camp. Let's follow that.
Now, I should point out in this gameplay, you will see me walking by resources and also gathering resources, because there is also a crafting element to this game. You will have to craft certain weapons to help you get further into the game.
Okay, I've got a new trail. We'll need to get to the location I've marked for better reception.
Anything else I should know?
Besides that Arcanists get themselves in trouble by being out here.
What about Matthias?
Brilliant and reckless. He has a reputation among the Arcanists. Not a good one.
Having a bad reputation is chapter 1 of the Freelancer's Handbook.
The radio signal is getting stronger. Clearly, Matthias established more than one camp. Arcanists located. They're dead. Still no sign of Matthias. Look for anything that can help track him down. Signal device found. We can use it to locate Matthias. This search is taking too long, and it's too quiet. We've got scars getting in the way of the search. Do something. These scavengers are always mucking things up. Destroy any hives that pop up that can cut off reinforcements.
Hives mean more scars. Got it.
Clear out those remaining scars.
Radio signal.
Now, there is one concept that is a bit unusual to me in this version of a looter shooter, and it's the idea that you don't even get to see your loot until you complete the mission. As you pick up items, they are nothing more than diamonds on the ground that basically say common item, uncommon item, rare item. You don't really get any idea of what that item is until you complete the mission and it actually shows you what you got.
Just have to work on clearing up the last of the scars now. Finally. And done.
This is Arcanist Matthias Sumner. Scars have attacked my camp. Need immediate assistance.
Matthias, where are you?
He didn't hear you. Well, I think I found another camp.
Okay, let's go.
Hive's taken care of. Now let's see to those scars.
You got it. Matthias, give me an update.
I think I see them. Just a minute. Haven't been this far into the ruins.
Stay ahead of them. Nearly there.
We've reached the tunnel.
You're close. Main chamber just ahead. It's incredible. Last hurrah. I'm out of surprises, Freelancer.
Stay put. I'll keep them off you.
Much appreciated.
add to their numbers if needed. Be careful!
I'm trying. How did you make them so mad, Matthias?
I don't know. Never seen them like this.
We got some Scar heavies. Could use some help. Look out! Don't know what it is, but it looks dangerous.
Rust Reaver. Thing's name is Rust Reaver.
I don't care what its name is. That thing just isn't dying. What the hell?
The Scar leader's down. Let's clean up the rest of them now, shall we? Scar's out of the way. Someone check on Matthias. I think we're done. Everyone's safe.
These scars. I don't know what to think. Arcanists and scars often clash over Shaper sites, but nothing like this. I must tell Tassin. Please. I need to return to Fort Tarsus.
At the end of every mission or free play, you will come to this screen where you and your teammates have all your medals rewarded and the XP is divided up. And your XP is also boosted by how good your alliance is doing that month. Also at the end, right here at this screen, is where you get to see your loot revealed to you, so you can either decide to want to keep it or scrap it. But I also must point out, I am having an absolute blast playing this game as it is now. We do make the occasional joke about a bug that will occur or a loading screen that takes too long, but for the most part, me and my friends are having fun with Anthem. As we approach March and another looter shooter happens to be coming out towards the end of March, I am kind of curious to see how this game is going to retain its player base, but I also do believe it has an advantage in the fact that, again, it is the only place to go right now to basically climb inside an Iron Man suit and start flying around and being a superhero. I'm enjoying the gun mechanics, I'm enjoying the story, I'm enjoying every little piece of this game. I can see the polished product at the end of the light that Bioware is trying to achieve. I just happen to be an individual who's willing to give them the chance to get there. Now, I do understand that money does not grow on trees, and that gaming is expensive, and that people have to work hard to get the money to afford these games. But I do want to suggest that if you are willing to give Anthem a try, just keep in mind that the game is going to need some work still, but I do see them actually pulling this off. It is actually more polished of a product than the internet would like to say it is. Me and my friends are having a lot more fun with the game than the internet says that we will. I am not disappointed in this game as much as some of the other reviewers, purely because I knew what I was kind of getting myself into, and I am not going to hold EA to a standard that they will not hold other game companies to. Please forgive me in the speech I'm about to give, but I cannot be part of the double standard that is starting to happen regularly in this industry. These development companies are people, they have jobs, they have families, they need to support those families by keeping their jobs and creating these games. So to completely bash a game and to say that somebody needs to lose their job and not even make video games anymore is something I cannot do. I will never do that. I happen to want to be a responsible reviewer. This is something that is important to me to convey to people that I am never going to tear down a company because something didn't exactly look right. I can never fully say that the graphics need to look lifelike, because the whole reason of playing games is to go into an imaginary world and have an experience that is outside of reality. So I can never ever stand by and say my graphics need to look lifelike while I'm climbing inside a mechanized suit. Now, at the same time, EA does have to be accountable if they completely abandon this game. Like, my friend is still trying to get help from EA support about his missing DLC, and the only response that he has gotten so far is, "We're working on it." I am willing to give them a chance. He's willing to give them a chance. I do believe that we should all give them a chance. But if they do happen to abandon this title, I really do feel that EA has sealed their fate as a game developer, because people just wouldn't trust them if they do basically abandon this game. I would like to thank my friend in both getting me the game and helping me capture this footage for everybody's entertainment. I would also like to thank you for watching this video and seeing it through to the end. If you like what you see here, please like and subscribe to my channel, and also please visit legionofgamer.com, which happens to be my blog, where I will keep you up to date on all of today's gaming news. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day.